Students, we'll now be looking at work from exercise 3GA in your textbook, calculating percentage change. Now girls, the list of formula which you're given at the start of that chapter are things that you expected to remember and understand. The profit is equal to the selling price minus the cost price. So if you sell something for more than what you pay for it, you make a profit. The loss is equal to the cost price minus the selling price. So if you sell something for less than the cost price, you've made a loss. In each of these particular problems, you'll be looking at a percentage change where you'll be looking at the change in value, comparing it to the original value and multiplying by 100%. Now remember, 100% means 100 over 100, which is equal to 1. So if we're looking at the percentage profit, we compare the profit to the original value and multiply by 100%. And if we're looking at the percentage loss, we are looking at the loss compared to the original value. So the first problem that we had for homework was to look at question number 5. And you'll notice that next to question number 5, it has the words example 30. So if you want to see the setting out for that particular solution or any solution in your textbook, and there is an example number next to it, you can go back to that example to get an indication of how to actually do the problem. So the one that we were asked to do for homework here was to look at find the percentage change, profit or loss, when $10 becomes 13. So the first thing we need to do is to recognize that in this case, the original value is less than the final value. So in this particular case, we've made a profit. So we write down the profit is going to be equal to 13 minus 10, which is going to be equal to $3. Now the percentage profit is going to be equal to that profit of $3 compared to the original. So that's the original there, the original price. So we compare it to the original price, the 10, not the 13. So 3 over 10 multiplied by 100% over 1, which is going to be equal to 3 times 100% over 10 times 1, cancelling both the numerator and the denominator by 10, leaves us with 3 times 10% over 1, which is equal to 30%. So in this case, the percentage change is a profit. So we write down percentage profit is going to be equal to 30%. The next example we looked at is number 6. And here we were asked to find the percentage change, the increase or decrease. So let's look at this example here. Here's the original value. Let's call it O.V, original value. Here is the final value. So I can see that the final value is less than the original value. So in this case, we have a decrease. So the decrease is going to be equal to 18 minus 15, which is going to be equal to 3 degrees centigrade. So the percentage decrease is going to be equal to that 3 compared to the original value, not the final value. It's always compared to the original value. So that's going to be 3 compared to 18 multiplied by 100% over 1, which is going to be 3 times 100% over 18 times 1. Now we can see the numerator and the denominator. 3, and the 3 goes once, 3 into 18 goes 6, so that's going to leave us with 100% over 6, which is going to be equal to 16 and 4/6%, but our calculator will quickly work that out to be equal to 16 and 2/3% because we don't leave the fraction in an unsimplified form. Again, girls, you can simply do that on your calculator. 100 divided by 6, and it will come up as 16 and 2/3, and you write the percentage sign next to it. So that's number 6. The next example, we're looking at a change in population. So make sure that you identify your original value. So there's my original value. Here is my final value. So the percentage change, in this particular case, it's gone up by 1,000. So I won't do the subtraction this time. It's 1,000. We can see that's fairly easy. So that's 5,000 minus 4,000, which is equal to 1,000. So that's how much the population's gone up by, compared to the original value, which is 4,000, and we multiply by 100% over 1. Of course, we can divide both the numerator and the denominator here by 1,000, and we're left with 100% over 4, which is going to give us the value of 25%. So the percentage change, okay, there is a increase in the population, just put POP dot equal to 25%. The next example is a word problem. So with word problems, what we need to do is we need to find the original value and the final value. So we read the question. Gary buys a ticket to a concert for $90 but is unable to go. She sells it to a friend for $72. Calculate the percentage loss. So here's the instruction to you. You have to calculate what? The percentage loss. So there's the two numbers. What are these two numbers? Well, which is the original value? Is it the 72 or the 90? Well, the original value was the value that she paid for the ticket. So this is the final value. So if we look at this problem, Gary is making a loss. So the loss is going to be equal to 90 minus $72, which is going to be equal to $28. So we've got a loss of $28. What's the percentage loss? So the percentage loss has to be compared not to the final value, but to the original value. So 28 divided by 90 multiplied by 100% over 1. So that's going to be equal to 28 times 100 over 90 times 1%. So if we do our calculations here, dividing the denominator by 10, the numerator by 10, and we're going to be left with 280 over 9%. So 9 threes are 27, carry the 1, 9 ones are 9, and 1/9%. So in this particular case, Gary has made a percentage loss equal to 31 1/9%. The next problem, number 10, Xavier has bought some materials for $48 and he has sold the dog kennel for $84. So the original value here is $48, and this of course is the final value. So the profit is going to be equal to 84 minus 48. So that's going to be equal to $36. So the percentage profit, again, is going to be equal to the 36 compared to the original value, which is 48, multiplied by 100% over 1. So we can see 36 and 48 are both multiples of 12. So 12 threes are 36, 12 fours are 48. And so this would be equal to 3 times 100% over 4, which is going to be 300 over 4%. And of course you can do that on your calculator and you'll find that that's going to be equal to 75%. So in this case, Xavier has made a profit of 75%. The last problem is asking you to do some reasoning, thinking about why an increase of 10% followed by a decrease of 10% on a new price gives an answer less than the original amount. So if we choose an original value equal to $100, that will help us to understand what's happening. So if we have an original value of $100, the increase will be equal to 10% of 100, which will be equal to 10 over 100 times 100 over 1, which of course is going to be equal to $10. Okay, so the increase is $10. Now that would mean that the new value would be equal to 100 plus the increase, which is $110. Now if we are looking at the decrease, a decrease of 10%, that decrease of 10% is based on the new value. So this would be 10% of $110, not $100. And so 10% of $110, just fixing that up, is going to be equal to $11. So the increase of 10% is going to be less than the decrease of 10% because the increase is based on an original value which is smaller than the decrease which is based on a percentage of the new value which is more. So girls, I hope that helps you with your problems, and good luck with the rest of your homework.